Hey guys, Sport to Death, and welcome back to Generation Zero. So today we're going to be playing alone, but I wanted to do a how-to video for all the new players because everybody, the price dropped dramatically last weekend. It was like you could get the game and the whole thing for $10. So I wanted to do a how-to video because a lot of the comments I've seen on Steam are, the game is hard. And not to lie, the game is hard. It is very hard. So I'm going to do this video here, and I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to break it up between doing regular videos for the regular content and also a how-to video. So this is a getting started thing. So I started a new game just for you guys, right? I'm much further along on my own. First thing you're going to do is go into this safe house, right? Now, we're going to get the gun and all this stuff. This is pretty obvious, right? And pick up everything. Because at this point of the game, you have nothing. You have, like... You just got a gun. Go ahead and assign that gun to your weapon wheel. So we're going to go into the inventory and put the Mauler PP on. We don't have any ammunition at this point, but it's always good to have the gun. And you're going to want to pick up a flashlight and listen to this. All right.
Grandma.
Now, loot the house. The whole house.
On? I'm scared.
You're looking for med packs especially.
I'm at the church.
But once you have the med packs and the gun and the flashlight, it's going to tell you go to the church. Do not go to the church, right? There is something else that we're going to do that is much better, other than going to the church.
I'm at the Abelholman Church.
All right. Another thing you want to know right at the beginning, things that are going to be useful for you are textiles and adhesive. Sirach, get down, please. He decided to walk right in front of the game right as I was doing that. Textiles and adhesive make bandages, right? And you need a ton of textiles and adhesive to make bandages. But you're going to want to make bandages all the time because you're never going to find enough of them in the environment. All right? And this is the note that tells you should go to the church or something. I'm not going to read it because I've done this. This is my 4th playthrough at this point. So yeah. What you're going to do instead of going to the church is you're going to grab the ammo from here, all right, and you're going to go to this house, right? There's a house right up here, right? Oh, you have to kill one machine before you really get started. They're going to throw that at you right away. Now, this gun isn't great. It's the crappiest gun in the game, but this enemy is also a little bit dumber than the rest of the enemies you're going to encounter because they expect you to have a bit of a difficulty killing your first enemy, right? See, he doesn't really notice me. I'm regular aim, probably... Yeah. You're just going to aim for the tank on the back. If you hit the tank on the back, you're good to go. Alright. We're also going to want to equip med kits to our person. Put it on whatever slot you like. Alright, and then we're going to head over there. Now, hopefully it will be daytime at some point, because for whatever reason the game likes to throw me in at night, and there are tips I wanted to show you that would turn out better in the day. But yeah, we're wandering through the night to get this thing. And what we're looking for is a hunting rifle, right? The hunting rifle basically gives you distance. It's a pea shooter. Not gonna lie, it's a gray hunting rifle and a scope, but what it's really good for... Oh. Wood. What it's good for is you can shoot the canisters on the backs of dogs from far away. While we're on our way to get the hunting rifle, let's talk about movement. So you may be tempted to run everywhere in the beginning of the game, because the game is really big, right? You don't want to do that, because you will attract a lot more attention when you're running. What you want to do is walk, right? Now, if you don't hear any music, you're safe to run. Music is a big factor in this game, right? If you do hear music, it means there's an enemy somewhere in the area. He may not be very close by, but there is an enemy about if you hear music, right? Music basically gives you a heads up that you need to be more careful. What you want to do when you hear music is walk, right? As soon as something gets close to you and he gets possibly ready to see you, you'll see a gray indicator on your HUD pointed where the enemy is. Let's do that now, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some dogs down here. When you see that gray enemy, get low, right? Because what you want to do is you want to sneak up on them as much as you possibly can. Getting the advantage of being, the advantage of surprise, you see, there was the gray indicator. is great. It can really turn the tide of battle, because if they see you first, they're going to get their shots off first. Now, I'm going to do this next one because we're going to need it. I'm about to tell you the most OP trick in all of Generation Zero. You guys ready for it? Invincible Swedish trees. That's right. The trees are invincible. They're everywhere, and they are the best possible cover in the game from direct fire. Now, if they're shooting rockets at you and they arc over, or they're using gas, the trees aren't going to help you. But bullets? Those trees will take bullets for days, and all you have to do is position yourself so that you're between... A tree is between you and your enemy, and just make sure that their gun is pointing directly at the tree, and then bang. You're basically safe, right? Do not underestimate trees. I took out a pack of like 9 dogs with a hunting rifle and trees, right? It was a piece of cake. I just kept the trees between me and the dogs, and when I was done, I was able to just easily take a relay beacon. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't like the iron sights on this thing particularly because they're very hard to aim. And as soon as we shoot the first dog... Alright. If you're having trouble with the iron sights, it's perfectly acceptable to hip fire with this gun because it's not a great gun. Ah! See, the flagpole's not so great because it's too thin. Oh, okay. Another thing, if you still hear music, you're not done. I didn't realize there was going to be a third dog, so I got caught by surprise. Try and figure out his position just by listening to the shots. There we go. Okay, when the music stops, you're safe. So this is what it's all about, guys. The very first thing you should do in Generation Zero is go here and find this gun, right? This is the very first thing you should do, is get the hunting rifle, and then come over here. Where is it? It's on the windowsill. There's a scope. Upstairs, that's right. Go upstairs. And right here is the scope for it, right? Now, they're both gray. They're not going to be great. It's the very first hunting rifle you're going to get in the game. Oh, it's green. Okay, so that's actually even better than I thought. Now, you want to hit triangle and go ahead and equip the rifle scope to the hunting rifle. Now, we do need some ammo for it, and I believe ammo spawns out in the shed outside. So we'll scour this place for med packs first. All right. And you don't have to heal all the way up to 100% every time. As long as you're over 80, you should be good. Right? You can take a hit or two, at least not in the beginning of the game. Later on in the game, you're going to want to keep your health at 100 because things hit way harder. But early on, as long as you keep yourself above 80, don't waste those med packs because you're going to be stuck on the archipelagic. You're going to be stuck on the archipelagic. You're going to be stuck on the little islands on the bottom for a while. Yeah, archipelagico. I dare you guys to try and say it. Come on. Come on. Say it with me. Archipelagico. I'm probably still saying it wrong. Anyway. Ammo's in here. Should be an ammo box or two. And you're looking for the 243 soft point ammo. I'm going to take everything. Alright. There's another tip. Beginning of the game. Take every type of ammo. Alright? Because even if you can't use it, what you want to do is break that ammo down and craft it into something you can use. Now, you're going to have a minimum batch for that. And I'm going to take you guys to the church. Because it's pretty much the first thing you're going to do. And place a waypoint there. Alright, so it wants to take us there. This way we can get a little more practice in hunting dogs. Alright? A little beginner experience here. And this character I made is literally just for this video. I'm going to actually switch over to my main character after I get through a few of the early on tips. But, yes, crafting. You want to craft ammo, you want to break down ammo, because every time you craft ammunition, you're going to get points in your schematics, right? You've got 5 different things in your schematics. Now, apparel, you can get apparel points from doing various activities, I don't remember how, or you can just find schematics. Frankly, finding schematics is great. And the other thing about apparel is, if you go over to your profile, what you're wearing actually matters, because some of it can give you noise reduction, fire reduction, visibility reduction. Depending on what you have, you may have different bonuses. Now, they're all really small, but I'd argue you'd want to take a small bonus over no bonus. And the other thing, because you can't see yourself, who cares if you look a little dumb? Now, over here, we've got experimental. Now, to get those, you're going to have to take on Phoenix bases. That's something we're going to do much later. Equipment. All right, and as you can see, I've got points here because this is from my other loadout. Every time you craft a med pack or any other piece of equipment, you're going to get equipment points. As a matter of fact, I can now make an ammo pack, right? And my next thing is going to be the advanced first aid kit. And then over here is ammo. So you can make all these different types of ammo, but you're going to have to unlock them first. And the way you unlock points for it is you just craft ammo. Now, that's why I said take every little piece of ammo that you can find and break it down so that you can get these points really quickly. Now, I've only been playing for 10 hours, and I've got at least a third of all the ammo unlocked, and I've really got mostly what I need, right? I'm basically going to be looking for BMG ammo later on. Later on this video, I'm going to show you how to get the BMG. Hopefully it's still where I remember it being. And then the DLC is stuff that you can get. You can make Molotov cocktails, all these other types of things. I haven't used these. I've tried using the Molotov cocktail once in the PS2 version. Combat is not always the best approach. Well, yes, let's be honest. When we're playing on PS2, you gotta remember, we've been playing for a really, really long time before we even, like, started making videos. So we were much further along than you're gonna see in these videos here, right? This is the mission you actually go to get the hunting rifle. It's right here in this car. If you already have the hunting rifle, you automatically complete the mission just by picking up the prompt. So the reason I tell you to go get the hunting rifle first is you'd have to run back and get the hunting rifle and then come back here. What's the point of doing that? If you can just get it first and then you come here, you'll have a much easier time of taking care... You don't have a much easier time of jumping in the truck, but you have a much easier time of fighting off dogs. Okay. Now, they want us to equip the binoculars, and I'm going to do that temporarily, just to do this part for the video. I'm going to come over here, we're going to stand up, and we're going to look. Right? And what do you know? We have dogs. So, let me show you why we wanted this hunting rifle before we came here. We're going to get low. Crouching down, we've got 3 dogs. Now, I had some problems fighting the dogs earlier because I was just using the Mauler, the gray Mauler that they give you for the beginning of the game, you know, your intro gun. What we're going to do here is we're going to get a little bit closer because I only have a one-time forescope on this, and I don't have any points in weapon sway reduction, right? But we're going to take these dogs out using the hunting rifle because this is what it's for. I'm going to zoom into 4x scope, and we're going to just target the tank on the back. It's really hard. Just be calm. You have this advantage, right? They have to get closer to be accurate. 2. Got 1 left. Okay, I lost track of him. There he is. Listen to the rhythm, too, because the shots always fire in the same pattern. There we go. Is there another one? There's another one. Okay, we got 4. He's over there somewhere. I don't think he's part of the initial quest. He might just be something that spawned naturally in the environment. Get these guys real quick. Ooh, Soraka's attacking me. Dude. You attacking Daddy. Okay. So the last part I want to talk about here is...
Is anyone down there?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's quests now.
My goodness. I'm upstairs, by the organ. I'm in pain. I need help.
Find the person to talk to. Okay, before we do anything else. Let's talk about your skills. Okay. Now, you're going to play differently than me, right? And one of the things I encourage you to do is make an alternate character, because you're going to have a shared stash, so your second time through the game, it's going to be a little easier. And then the other thing is, maybe you want to try something different. Now, for me, I usually go for marksman as mine, because I like to do long-range sniping, and I find it helps beginning, middle, and end game. But the one tip I will give you about your skills is go for your specialization first, because the specialization is going to have the biggest impact on your gameplay, right? And basically all you have to do is have 1 point in every skill right before it. So if you're going for marksman, just take 1 point in each of these and get it first. You can always go back and fill those skills in later, but get your specialization first. If you want Vanguard for the 25% damage resistance, you can do that. For Commander, field radios, that's what it does. There's a medic that helps you resurrect your teammates. Since I'm playing alone, that's not going to help. Survivor, you may revive yourself once per combat without the use of adrenaline. Kind of okay, but they give you adrenaline a lot. Commando, if the enemy isn't paying attention to you, you get a 15% damage increase for your first attack. You can hack, and you can also do the engineer, which I've never even looked at. You can scavenge undamaged tick pods from enemies and deploy ticks to attack your enemies. So you can take those annoying ticks and use them to your advantage. That might be interesting. I might try that as an alternate character tile. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move over to my main account. Oh wait, one more big tip. So, actually let's do two. Two tips here. Alright, so number one, you're in the Archipelago region. I said it right that time. Stay here, do all the quests. You got main quests, you got side missions. Once you cross this magical border, right, you're going to have harder enemies, stronger enemies, right? Now, you're not going to get a lot of good equipment down here. You're going to get a lot of gray stuff, green stuff. If you're lucky, you might get something that's blue, right? Now, a couple of things you want to do once you get here. First, you want to get a safe house right away, because once you cross that line, you want to be able to get back here if anything goes wrong. Now, what I usually do is I'll, like, dot around and find different safe houses, right? When you get over here, one of the things you're going to want to do, especially if you really like using a sniper rifle to take your enemies out. Okay, guys, so once you actually get going, right, and you get across the, you leave the Archipelago and you go into the Farmlands region, you're going to want to look down here. There's a safe house, and then there's this place called Kaseberg, right? I'm actually going to go there real quick just to show you. Okay, so I got this hunting rifle here, right? And it's the Algsder hunting rifle. Now, it's a much better hunting rifle than the one you get out of that farmhouse. It's a blue one, and it uses 270 damage, 270 ammo, right? So it's going to pack a little bit more punch, but keep in mind, it's still basically a pea shooter. What you're going to want early on is one gun that you can use once combat actually really gets started. Now, I have a green Kapist that I've been using primarily. I've been getting ammo for this other gun up here, the 7.62, the Automatic R4, but the Automatic R4 fires very slowly, and it takes longer to reload. So I have twice as many bullets coming out of this thing, and it's a quicker reload, and it's just a better gun overall. Okay, another tip for you guys. When you're in a base and you want to figure out how to get out, look for the little running dude toward the door. Right? There are signs and markers in the base. So this one will take you to the power generator. So when you first go into base, if it's got no power, you'll have to turn the power back on. But the signs all tell you how to get to certain places. So the blue one is for the warboard. So if you want to find the warboard and get the missions from there, you can do that. And then these guys are for the bunk bed. So if you want to raid and you want to find stuff like that, you can go that way. But the green one is always going to lead you to an exit. Okay. So the reason you want to come over here first, we can hear the ticks, so we're just going to get low and pull out a pistol, because you don't really need much to deal with a tick. As long as you get them first. Now, I've already done this mission, so it's not going to show up for me in this playthrough, alright? But if you come over here, in one of these bedrooms, I think it's the one with the rock posters, you come in here, there should be a letter, right? That letter is going to tell you to look out the balcony to the east, right? So we'll go upstairs to the balcony, because they get all cryptic. They're like, oh, look out the balcony where the sun rises, right? Well, let's find the balcony. They're looking at that fort, right? This is how you get this gun, right? So this is basically your mid-range one. Oh, wait, we took a thing for breaking TVs. Might as well break those TVs while we're at it. Now, I'm going to caution you, you're going to have to fight a hunter, right? Now, I've already fought the hunter. As a matter of fact, when I did it, I actually got him on the way in. Because I didn't know there was a quest here, and I actually went to the fort first, because it was just like, oh, I could raid stuff up there. Right? But if you've already killed the hunter, you know, there's just one prototype hunter guarding this rifle. As long as you have a decent gun, like machine gun or a submachine gun, he shouldn't be too much of a problem. That's another tip for the beginning guys. Don't be afraid of hunters, right? They're tougher than most enemies, but they're not unkillable, right? So the gun and some ammunition and a scope are going to be here. I'd go and grab those as your intermediate sniper rifle, right? It's, again, good for hitting tanks on dogs. This thing is also good. If you get 2 shots on the tank on a hunter, it will actually take the hunter's tank out. Alright? Now we're going to do what I set up yesterday. So what I spent my day doing yesterday is I was going all the way up here, and you can actually see the line I was following. I was finding all these safe houses and basically building my influence around the map. But you'll also notice the threat level for the region is still 1, right? In most areas, right? And we did this because we're going to someplace specific. We're going to go to this safe house here in Pascalholm because our eventual target is to get up here. Right? If memory serves me correctly, there's a safe house right here, and once you cross over here and you cross this small bridge, one of these structures is a lighthouse. I believe it's this one right here. We're going to find out when we get closer. At the top of that lighthouse is a purple PVG 90, and that's what we're going to get today. All right, so here's another tip. If you come up north and you get your butt handed to you, and you don't have any med packs, and you don't have any adrenaline left, and you have to respawn, go back to the Archipelago region, right? Go there and farm med packs. Loot everything, right? Basically, every time you start over, go there and pick up more stuff so that when you come back north, you're ready to go. Now, it's going to take 3 hours for everything to respawn, so you want to make sure that you have a 3-hour gap between when you raid down in the Archipelago and when you come back up north to the main island and actually go to work, right? You want to actually do the fighting. Yeah, that lighthouse. That's the one. That's where we're going. Okay. Another bit of advice, if you're running, don't keep your hunting rifle on. Because it's not going to do any use if you get caught flat-footed in the middle of the environment. If they see you, you're just going to have to jump right into combat. And we might have some ticks here. Please, please, please tell me they haven't taken this out of the game. Because they've changed a lot. There's a whole area in the game that I went to, and before it had a bunch of stuff, and now it doesn't have anything. Like, all the houses are burned down, everything is gone, you can't go inside the houses and raid. So they have changed a lot of things in the game, but I'm hoping that this is still here, because this really is your gateway into advanced play. Like, you're really gonna get next level play getting this gun. If it's here. If it's here. Ticks. The suppressor on my submachine gun, so we can use it without too much of a problem attracting the big things. Should be another tick out here. There it is. Okay. This gun. Crap. There's the third tick. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Did it? I think it fell off the... It jumped off the lighthouse. Anyway, guys. PVG 90. Let's look at this. There it is. a purple PVG-90, and it has a scope attached. Now, let's see what kind of scope it's got. It's a 612 scope. It's green. That's fine. But I got nothing else for it. But just this, right? And we're going to assign this to a slot. What are we going to get rid of? We're going to get rid of that. Now we can fight. Now we have a chance. We can stand up next to the big things. This is what we've been waiting for. This. Hey guys, Bored to Death. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Please like and subscribe because it does help the channel grow. If you want me to pester you, go ahead and hit that notification button on the lower left-hand side, and every time a new video comes out, your phone's going to blow up. I know I get quite a few notifications from other channels that I follow, so if you really want to just be there when the videos drop, go ahead and hit it. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.